Hello, welcome to Movie Castle. I'm your host Cooper. Today I'm coming back with another solo tier list video. You may have heard, but there is a new Spider-Man film out in theaters. You can go see it in your local theater. And it made $1 billion over the weekend. And it's currently Spider-Man season on the pod. So we are going to be ranking these live action Spider-Man costumes today. Before we continue though, feel free to subscribe to us here on YouTube for more content, or you can follow us on Spotify, Apple Music, so you can get our podcast and hear a little bit more about what we think of this new Spider-Man film. I got 15 different Spider-Man suits for us to go through, all from the live action movies. We got our categories here. Royalty, the best you can be. You want to be in the royalty tier. Knight in shining armor, this is good too. We love our knights. They keep us safe and protected from dark forces. Peasant, these guys are fine. We do like our peasants. They're okay, but they're not really doing anything to get quite up to these levels. Court jester. Now, you don't want to be a court jester because we're laughing at you. We're making fun of you. You're the talk of the town in a bad way, not in a cool, hot way. We're going to throw tomatoes at you probably. But it could be worse. It's not off with their head. These people we're killing. We're killing off with their head. This is the worst you can be. We don't want you in the movie castle if you're going to be off with their head. So those are our categories here. This does ask a question though, what makes a good Spider-Man suit? Personally, I like something a little more classic. That's probably going to reveal a lot about how this tier list is going to go. But I like a very simple design that does show off like the personality of Spider-Man, if that makes sense. So that's kind of where I'm at with these suits. Let's just get right into it though. We're going to start with the homemade suit from Spider-Man Homecoming. Now I do like this suit. It's going to go in peasant, I think. Like this feels, of the 3 homemade suits, this one feels the most, or like the beginner vigilante suits, this one feels the most superhero-esque. The other ones aren't quite to that level. This does feel like something that would be tailored by a very smart young man to go fight bad guys. And I do like that the goggles, they're already kind of doing the emotive thing that a lot of the Tom Holland suits have, where the eyes move. I believe he clarifies this. I believe he explains this in Civil War as something to help him with like sensory issues, just because his senses are dialed to 11. So I do like that, and I love the little Ben Reilly reference we got going here with this suit. Probably the only time we're ever going to see anything like this in live action. Not that I'm a huge Ben Reilly fan, but just as someone that's read a lot of comic books, I do appreciate that reference. I do think that's a cool thing to pull from, and I don't know, I just like that. I know it looks like pajamas, but I think thematically within Homecoming, this suit serves a purpose and works. And I do like it in the final battle. Would I ever want to see it again? Probably not, but I like what they're doing here, and I don't know, I like how you could make this right now if you just went to Target and bought these items. So it's going in peasant for now. I like that. Let's do the Iron Spider suit. This is the one that he rejects at the end of Homecoming and then uses throughout Infinity War and Endgame and into Far From Home. Now, I think if this just stayed in Infinity War and Endgame, I would probably think that the suit belongs in like the peasant tier, but I really don't like it, and I don't like that he continues to use it into Far From Home, and I believe he uses it in No Way Home as well. Not a suit that I care for. The nanotech stuff, I don't know, one of the worst things design-wise that I think the MCU did, the over-reliance on the CGI and stuff like that. But again, within Infinity War and Endgame, the suit does make sense, and it is fine in those movies. If you're going to space, I would probably expect you to have something that's a little more protective. But that said, I think it's pretty ugly. I would kind of prefer how it looks in the comics with like the gold and the red. I don't know. I really don't care for it. It's just not my thing at all. I'm even the original Iron Spider suit that I would prefer, I don't really care for that much either. That wouldn't get this any points. It wouldn't really be going much higher than Court Jester or Peasant if we had the original design of it. So it's going to be in Court Jester. I find it pretty ugly. Let's do, I believe this is called the integrated suit. This is the one that he gets at the end of No Way Home. Doc Ock gives him this suit. I think it's okay. I don't hate the design. It's okay within the context of this movie. There's a glaring issue with some of the Tom Holland movies, and we'll get to that. But this one is okay. This one's just fine. I like the gold. It just feels like a better version of the Iron Spider suit. So I don't know. It could potentially go higher, but the big issue with this suit is that after he gets it, he is then surrounded by 2 other Spider-Men with better suits. It's kind of got that going against it. Like I would probably think better of this suit if I wasn't looking at a really great Andrew Garfield suit and a really great Tobey Maguire suit as well. So it's just going to go in peasant for now. I don't hate it or anything, but again, not something that I would ever choose first. All right, let's do Night Monkey. Now, Night Monkey isn't off with their head. This is an instant off with their head. This is kind of the issue with a lot of the Tom Holland stuff, is he exists in a sort of corporate franchise that wants to sell a lot of toys. And I understand that. I understand wanting to make money and wanting to sell toys, but that is what a lot of the Tom Holland variants kind of serve. Like, that's kind of the only reason they're in the movie. So something like Night Monkey kind of just exists to sell toys. I know that they give a reason within the film of being like, oh, well, they're in Europe and he needs another suit, so they don't immediately recognize him. But frankly, I think the script in Far From Home kind of sucks. This is like an example of why that script sucks, because like why the hell would anybody believe that Night Monkey is not Spider-Man? I don't know. I think it's kind of bullshit personally. But yeah, this is a product right here to sell more Legos and more Funko Pops to dudes that are 35. If the suit can justify the themes of the film and can serve a purpose, kind of like the way that this homemade one does, then it's fine. I'm fine with there being more than one suit in a movie, but this is not that. This feels very cynical to me, so it's Night Monkey, you're going in off with their head. Let's do another black suit. We're going to do the Raimi symbiote suit in either Knight in Shining Armor or Peasant. I think I'll go Knight in Shining Armor, though. I do like the design of this, but I would prefer like the more classic comic look where it's like a little more slick and feels maybe a little more alien. This is very just like a recolored version of the regular suit where it's just black and gray now, and just kind of, I don't know, it just feels the exact same as the other one, just recolored. And I feel like they even make a joke about that in the movie with Topher Grace's character, Eddie Brock, having taken photos of Spider-Man and having them doctored and stuff like that. I just don't love it. I don't love it to the point of royalty, but it is a good suit. And I just wish it weren't so rubbery and had maybe more personality than just the recolored version of the Raimi suit. But it is a good design still. So it's just going to say Knight in Shining Armor, I think. We're going to do another homemade suit. Let's do the wrestling suit. I think I'll put you in Court Jester. This is another one where it does kind of serve a purpose within the movie itself, but this isn't like a suit designed to go be a superhero. This is a wrestling costume. This Homecoming one is designed to be a superhero costume. This is not. So it is kind of, I don't know, I guess I'm grading it a little differently, but it's fine. Not great. I don't know. I do like the sort of t-shirt aspect of it, that like this looks like something you could buy at like Walmart, and it's just kind of an ugly shirt. And he looks very stupid, which is, I guess, part of the charm of the Raimi movies is how silly he makes Spider-Man look sometimes. So, I don't know, it's okay, but it's going to stay in Court Jester. I wouldn't ever choose to see this again. We'll do the other homemade suit. Let's get this one out of the way. He's going off with their head too. This one, not great. I don't know, it feels like a very weak effort to do a homemade suit, just kind of the ski mask with like some sunglasses. It's not in the movie for very long, so I can't hold too much against it, but I don't know. Again, it's not as good as this one, and this one's fine, but I don't really care for what this Andrew Garfield suit looks like. Let's do the Homecoming and Civil War suit next. I do like this one. It's going to go Knight in Shining Armor, I think. Again, this is like a very classic design. I know a lot of people have gripes with the like black stripes and the sort of MCU lineification of it. That's okay, though. I don't mind that. I think within the context of the Homecoming film, sort of technology that's integrated into it is okay. That just feels like a very 2010s Spider-Man thing to kind of have him have a lot of tech. So I don't hate the suit, and like, I don't know, I wish we had seen it for a little bit longer. It gets disregarded, I think, pretty shortly after Homecoming, but I think it's a good design. Not my favorite thing ever, but I do like it, and I do like the emotive eyes that he has going for him. Let's do the other Tom Holland, I guess very similar suit to the Homecoming one, but this is the Far From Home black and red suit. I honestly might like it a little more than the Homecoming one. I like the classic sort of Stanley Ditko era black that they're going for. That suit isn't completely black from the comics. It's just a very dark blue to the point of looking black, but it is kind of like surprising that we didn't get something like this sooner. I love the design of this though. I wish we had it for a little bit longer. It looks very good though, and very slick, and black and red together is just a very aesthetically pleasing thing. So I do like the design of this suit. Pretty inoffensive, a better variant than something like the Night Monkey thing. This is the final swingsuit from the end of No Way Home. I'm going in royalty. This is going to be our first royalty. This is a completely CGI suit, I believe, so that's not great for the more practical looking suits. I don't know. I love how shiny this is. Like, the glossiness might turn some people off, but I like it a lot. That final swing scene's pretty cool. I love how slick it is, and it looks good. It looks good on his body, and again, the shininess does something for me. Again, we only saw this suit for one scene, so maybe it should go in Knight in Shining Armor just because we didn't get a lot of it. I think I'm going to put it here just because there's not a lot of that. It's in the movie for, 2 minutes? So it's gonna go here, but I do like it a lot. It's got some charm to it. Let's do the inside out suit. This suit irks me real bad. This is like the Night Monkey thing, but I think arguably worse. The Night Monkey thing, I don't know. You can make a case for them being in Europe and needing another suit, the sort of tactical shield thing. It makes sense. The only reason this like inside out suit exists is because he gets a bucket of red paint thrown on him at the start of the movie, and he feels the need to like just flip the suit inside out rather than cleaning it. I think it's really annoying. I don't particularly care for that. This is definitely a very like we need to sell more toys thing, and that bugs me a lot, as I mentioned with the Night Monkey thing. But this is worse because the green paint thing has really no purpose within the larger film other than to just have him flip the suit inside out. If the green paint thing didn't happen in the movie, like it would play out the exact same. So this is pretty ugly, and I don't really get how this functions if it's inside out. Like I don't know, man. I really don't like the suit. One of the lower points in the No Way Home film. All right, we need to get some stuff in royalty now. I got the Brand New Day suit. This is what we want. This is what I want to see. It is, I guess, a little baggy, maybe you could say. It does have a little sort of Halloween costume thing to it. I do like that though. That is part of the charm, part of the appeal. It feels a little more homemade than some of these other suits, which are all technically homemade, but this feels just like somebody who's in their 20s could make this, and I like that about it. I like the eyes. I like the logo. I don't know. It's a great suit, and I hope we get to see more of it. I hope they don't go away from this suit anytime soon in whatever Spider-Man movies they do next. I don't know. It's just what I've been hoping for a long time. Royalty, it's going in royalty, kind of an all-timer suit. All right, let's do the Amazing Spider-Man 1 suit. It's going in peasant. I don't hate it. The darker colors are nice. It works for the more mature tone of this film. The yellow eyes or the gold eyes, whatever they are, they're okay. It makes sense to sort of deviate a little bit to like differentiate this version of Spider-Man from the Tobey Maguire one. I don't know, the mask is okay. The rest of the body is all right too. It's not my favorite thing, but some of the design choices of the colors are a little strange around the hip and the stomach area, but it's okay. I don't know. I don't mind the suit, and it works within this movie, but I don't particularly want to see this suit ever again, I don't think. All right, the Amazing Spider-Man 2 suit. Let's get out of the way. I think it's still the best Spider-Man suit. It feels exactly like what I want these suits to feel like. I do wish if I could have the blues of the Brand New Day suit on this suit, I think I would like it even more. Again, I just love how like tight this is on his body, and I like the physique of Andrew Garfield. I prefer a more lean Spider-Man, taller, skinnier Spider-Man. I just like the look of this a little bit more, and this feels more like Spider-Man to me than some of these other ones. But this is exactly what I want Spider-Man suit to look like. I think it looks great, and it fits the personality of this version of Spider-Man really well. We're gonna do the Tobey Maguire suit next. I think it's gonna go in Knight in Shining Armor. This is an iconic suit. I don't feel comfortable like bashing it or anything because it is a good suit. I have it obviously in the second best tier, but my big gripe with this suit is the mask. I've never loved the eyes on the mask, this is just a very common look in the 2000s for Spider-Man, the sort of like pointier eyes. I think he looks kind of intimidating and angry for a character that's meant to not be intimidating or angry at all. You know, this is supposed to be the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, you know, and I get that from the Andrew Garfield mask. I get that from the Brand New Day mask in the Homecoming one, but I do not get that from this. This is a little more intimidating and a little scarier than I want it to be. Not that it's like actually scary, but I don't know, it just looks a little more menacing than what I would expect Spider-Man to look like. And that's always been my gripe with this suit, is just that I don't love the mask, but the rest of it is really great. And the colors are nice. I know there's different variations of the suits depending on the movie, but it's not, I don't know, those differences aren't big enough for me to justify adding those. But I don't know, I do like the Maguire suit a lot. My big holdup is the mask. That's pretty much all. That is the list that I've put together for you all. As you can see, I don't like these toys down here. This is pretty ugly. These ones are all right. These ones are really good. And these ones are exactly what I imagine Spider-Man looking like in my head when I think of the character. So that is my list. Please let me know what you think. Let me know which Spider-Man suits are your favorite and which ones are your least favorite. Tell me that I'm wrong about this Amazing Spider-Man vigilante suit, and that it's actually incredible and the best thing to come out of those movies. And let me know what you think of Spider-Man Brand New Day. I'd love to know. We'll be back soon with more podcast episodes. If you're interested, you can check out our Spider-Man episode that we just put out. Once again, feel free to subscribe to us here on YouTube or follow us on Spotify and Apple Music for more Spider-Man related content and other movies coming out soon. Thanks for stopping by and have a good rest of your day.